armor suit's microframe computer, when the sentry system is running, more power can be devoted to the shield management. So shield strength goes up. The Umbra Visor, a next generation night vision device that assists targeting by detecting the focal point of the wearer's eyes and enhancing the image at that location. The visor helps direct a biotic power or a shot from an Omni tool exactly where the wearer is looking. Power damage by 5%. We have the Recon Hood, a hood issued to covert action teams. This model's optic display interfaces with most small arms auto-targeting software, linking hand and eye for improved accuracy and increased weapon damage. Pardon me. Ballistic mesh fabric and composite ceramic plating provide necessary armor, and the integral air filter helps in hostile environments, so that increases weapon damage. It does look goofy. This looks goofier. The capacitor helm, or helmet. Also, just a forewarning, this is probably all I'm going to be doing for the rest of the session. And by that I mean reading, so just to warn you. So a recent design, this Alliance-made helmet stores microcapacitors in its structure to replenish spent kinetic barriers. This Transpari plast armor panel on its top can be removed to access capacitors for field maintenance. Reduce the delay before shields start regenerating by 10%. We have the Archon Visor. That also looks dumb. Why is there shit on my chin? The Archon Visor uses an efficiency algorithm to balance processing power for biotic amps and Omni tools. A heads-up display and voice command software allows users to micromanage the systems, reducing the cooldown period between energy expenditures. Reduce the recharge time for your powers by 5%. And we might also listen to some codex entries. The Kestrel helmet. Oh my god, they look like oh no, the helmet looks like something from the Technomancer, honestly. I think it's because of DLC. It'll be DLC then. You know, I bought the pay-to-win pack. No, not really, but I have all the DLC for the game. They probably changed how it worked in the Legendary Edition. Kestrel helmet. The Kestrel armor system's helmet forgoes traditional transparent visors in favour of a reinforced faceplate with an internal heads-up display. The display connects to redundant micro cameras to allow naturalistic vision, and the helmet's weapon auto-targeting and shield software provides a substantial boost to performance. Ah. So increase headshot damage by 5%, weapon damage by 3, and shields by 3. So having none on gives me no bonuses. Bonus division is what it should give. Should give. So interlocking plates of thick, ablative ceramic plates designed to be light, effective, and easily repaired. What else have we got? Ah, the Kestrel torso sheath. The Kestrel armor systems spinal mount processor synchronizes artificial torso muscle fibers with limb movements, allowing power to be generated by the legs, channeled through the core and projected out through the arms. Stabilization of the firing platform assists in auto-targeting. And waist-mounted capacitors add to the power of the kinetic barriers. So 10, 5, and 3. I may actually be going with some of these instead of like the all-in-one set, because I just think that the bonuses are going to be better. So curved shell of an ablative ceramic over kinetic padding. The Kestrel armor system shoulder plates house backup capacitors for shield generation. Artificial muscle fibers based on spider silk reinforce the shoulders, allowing for more powerful movements. Yeah, I have a feeling these are going to be better. This armor's fucking incredible so far. Arms, a combination of fabric armor with kinetic padding and plates of ablative ceramic for protection. It increases my health. Oh, look at me, I'm a unit. So Kestrel arm sheathing. So artificial muscle fibers controlled by the Kestrel armor system's central processor allows for both gross motor movements and precision support of the hands. This steadies aim in a manner compatible with most firearm auto-targeting systems. Additional capacitors for shield generation are installed on the ulnar side of the forearm. So 3, 3, 10. N7 Greaves. So dual layer fabric armor and kinetic padding beneath thick plates of ablative ceramic and lined with additional kinetic barrier emitters. I'm going to have to do some quick math as well. Kestrel Power Pack. The Kestrel armor Armor systems, hip-mounted power pack provides emergency energy for kinetic barriers and heavy weapons. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make a note of so many things. It don't matter. I'm mostly just wanting to figure out what is better. If I just go with the all-in-one Chitin armor, or even the Inferno, or if I just go with a bunch of these. So what's that? Shield. I'm just thinking what the different stuff is. I'll just do HW for heavy weapon. Ammo. And then what's the other? Shields. Oh. So, weapon damage. I'm not really fussed, I mostly go with what I like the look of. And then that gives melee damage. The shoulder gives shields and melee, and the torso gives melee, weapon, and shield strength. Oh. So we also have shield strength. So shield strength would be 3%. Shield in general would be... God, the fact I have to read or scroll down each time. 8, 3, so 11, 19. So that's 19%. The heavy weapon ammo capacity I think is only from the legs. Yes. So that's 5%. I mean, this gives me a lot more bonuses than the Chitin armor does. So that's weapon damage by 3. Melee damage, weapon damage, so 8. Oops. So that's 8%. And then melee damage is like, what, 28% or something? So that's 10. Hey Derzo Mage. How's it going? Odd Derzo. I usually just call you Derzo. So 10. 10. 10. Okay, so 30% melee. So the melee damage is the most. I will admit, I'm not going to be recording for much longer, and mostly the rest of the session is going to just be reading stuff. It's going to take a while to get to. I'm not going with it, but if I went with a Kestrel Helm, it's headshot damage, weapon damage, and shields. So weapon damage would go up to 11%, shields would go up to 22%, and then headshot damage, but yeah. What do I like the look of with any of these? No, the Recon hood looks like a Gimp mask. Umbra visor looks stupid as well. The only one that's slightly okay is probably the Sentry interface, which would boost the shield strength to 8%. But I quite like the no helmet. So that is 10, 10, and 10. The Chitin is 10, 10, 20. Yeah, that's not really that great actually. Like, I get a regeneration bonus, sure, but... But it's taking a while to load Blood Dragon. That's 15, and then 10. That's low. Terminus is... All weapons reserve ammo. That's not terrible. But again, it's really low by comparison. If I just... Yeah. I think I'm actually just gonna go with... whatever it was called, the Colonel. I can't remember. Kestrel, there we go. Although, do I go with a helmet or not? But if I go with a helmet, it's probably going to be the Sentry, because it's the less intrusive. Like, it doesn't cover his entire head. You can still see his face. But it is still there. And that gives me more shield strength. Wait, so what's the difference between shield and shield strength? Yeah, I think I'll go with that. And I think I'll stick with that. As I say, I would have stuck with the chitin armor, but the bonus it mostly gave was 20% health, which is good, but you know, I can scroll down more. Wait, really? With the armor? Oh yeah, I can. Oh, it's just material and colours. Ooh, okay. This doesn't give me any more bonuses, but you know, it makes me allow it to look cool. This one's like extra shiny, so I'll go with that. Can I make it purple? Come on, this is the thing dreams are made of. Ooh, which? Ooh! Ooh. Which one's more purple, would you say? That one I would go with. That's more like... I mean, that's purple too. That's like a bluey purple, which I like. Ooh, tint. Oh, there we go. Then with this I could do... There you go. Nice. The hell is the pattern? Okay, so I could just make it another colour. No, I don't want a pattern. I can change the red on the helmet. Yeah, I think it just changes with the rest of the armour. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. My nice and purple armour. I didn't even notice the arrow, to be honest. Let's see, what other material? Yeah, I'd prefer if it's not super shiny, to be honest. That doesn't look too bad. There we go. There's my Shepard. Nice and purple. I'm so glad you pointed that out, because now I have a purple armour. Yay! Now it's truly one of my Shepards, because I can make it purple. Journal? Overlord? Oh, these must be... These are DLC. Yes. Although I'm certain some of these are also DLC, maybe. I don't know. Alright, we have like 5 or so minutes. I'm just like, what could I go off? Primary? Secondary? Oh god. I know I looked at this, and then I looked at Asari.
The second.
Sod it. Ah, god. I'm just trying to think how much I want to listen to. I mean, if I don't have to read it myself, I don't mind. But I would actually like to go over the codex in this game, even if it makes the game take, you know, like 2 hours or 3 hours longer. I'm not bothered. Right, well I'm gonna shut up and we're gonna have a nice listen to the council races. Wait, in the first game it was also red? You sure? I remember looking at the codex in that game and it wasn't red to me.
The Asari were the first species to discover the Citadel. When the Solarians arrived, it was the Asari who proposed the establishment of the Citadel Council to maintain peace throughout the galaxy. Since then, the Asari have served as the mediators and centrists of the Council. An all-female race, the Asari reproduce through a form of parthenogenesis. They can attune their nervous system to that of another individual of any gender and of any species to reproduce. This capability has led to the unseemly and inaccurate rumors about Asari promiscuity. Asari can live for over 1,000 years, passing through 3 stages of life. In the maiden stage, they wander restlessly, seeking new knowledge and experience. When the matron stage begins, they meld with interesting partners to produce their offspring. This ends when they reach the matriarch stage, where they assume the roles of leaders and counselors.
I actually had a good idea of what I could do. I think at the end of the session I'm going to spend, I would say 5 to 10 minutes just listening to codex entries. I just think that's a good idea, and then I'll probably be able to get through them. Also, maybe in Legendary. Sounds probably. In the first game there was nothing read to me, you had to read it all yourself. And when it's read to me it's much easier, because I can just shut up and listen.
The The second species to join the Citadel, the Solarians are warm-blooded amphibians with a hyperactive metabolism. Solarians think fast, talk fast, and move fast. To Solarians, other species seem sluggish and dull-witted. Unfortunately, their metabolic speed leaves them with a relatively short lifespan. Solarians over the age of 40 are a rarity. The Solarians were responsible for advancing the development of the primitive Krogan species to use as soldiers during the Rachni Wars. They were also behind the creation of the genophage bioweapon the Turians used to quell the Krogan rebellions several centuries later. Solarians are known for their observational capability and non-linear thinking. This manifests as an aptitude for research and espionage. They are constantly experimenting and inventing, and it is generally accepted that they always know more than they are letting on.
Okay. The only thing I'm concerned about is, what's the difference between primary and secondary? These are the ones I have to read. That's a lot of shit. Right, okay. So secondary is not voiced, primary is. Fair enough.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other two races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the two species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations.
Also, my response to that is, and? I'm probably not going to read secondary, though. Wait, what's it say with this? Not that.
The Asari
I just want to compare what it says between this. Okay, so it's literally just more in depth on the primary. I'm not bothered. I will quite happily just listen to primary. It gets the gist of it. Secondary is just the same, but in way more words. Alright. I'll read over all of the... hang on. We'll just listen to all of Aliens, and then that'll do.
50,000 years ago, the Protheans were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy. They vanished in a swift galactic extinction. Only the legacy of their empire remains. They are believed to have built the mass relays and the Citadel, which have allowed numerous species to explore and expand throughout the galaxy. Prothean ruins are found on worlds across the galaxy. While surprisingly intact for their age, functioning examples of Prothean paleotechnology are rare. Time and generations of looters have picked their dead cities and derelict stations clean. Some believe the Protheans meddled in the evolution of younger races. The Hanar homeworld of Kaje, for example, shows clear evidence of former Prothean occupation. The presence of a former Prothean observation post on Mars has caused a rebirth of interventionary evolutionists among humans. These individuals believe the god myths of ancient civilizations are misremembered encounters with aliens.
With aliens? Ah. Non-council races. Oh boy.
In the early 2160s, the Alliance began aggressive colonization of worlds in the Skyllian Verge, much to the dismay of the Batarians, who had been developing the region for several decades. In 2171, the Batarians petitioned the Council to declare the Verge a zone of Batarian interest. The Council refused, however, declaring unsettled worlds in the region open to human colonization. In protest, the Batarians closed their Citadel embassy and severed official diplomatic relations with the Council, effectively becoming a rogue state. They instigated a proxy war in the Verge by funneling money and weapons to criminal organizations, urging them to strike at human colonies. Hostilities peaked with the Skillian Blitz of 2176, an attack on the human capital of Elysium by Batarian-funded pirates and slavers. In 2178, the Alliance retaliated with a crushing assault on the moon of Torfin, long used as a staging base by Batarian-backed criminals. In the aftermath, the Batarians retreated into their own systems and are now rarely seen in Citadel space.
Now that image is quite literally lifted from beneath, Bring Down the Sky on Mass Effect 1, when you first encountered the Batarians. I had a feeling they would do that. Collectors.
Living beyond
Ew,
the
what?
Omega-4 mass relay in the Terminus systems, the mysterious Collector species is glimpsed so rarely as to be taken for a myth by most in galactic society. In reality, Collectors are human-sized insectoid bipeds and can resemble massive winged beetles. They are a terrifying force in the galaxy, responsible for the murder of hundreds of thousands. Collectors generate permanent stasis fields around themselves, creating nightmarish red-shifted energy fields. In battle, they hold position whenever possible, relying on their aggressive biotics and nearly limitless power. Several types of bipedal collectors have been identified, including minions, defenders, zealots, assassins, and artillery operators. Acting together, collectors have imprisoned entire cities in stasis. While no definite forensic accounting exists to explain the fate of those imprisoned, leading speculation is that victims are harvested for scientific experimentation and neurobiological repurposing.
Oh. Bipedal. Ha.
The Elcor
Hey,
are a
Krogan.
Citadel species native to the high-gravity world Dacuna. They are massive creatures, standing on 4 muscular legs for increased stability. Elcor move slowly, an evolved response to an environment where a fall can be lethal. This has colored their psychology, making them deliberate and conservative. Elcor's speech is ponderous and monotone. Among themselves, scent, slight movements, and sub-vocalized infrasound convey shades of meaning that make a human smile seem as subtle as a fireworks display. Since their subtlety can lead to misunderstandings with other species, the Elcor often go out of their way to clarify when they are being sarcastic, amused, or angry. Dacuna's high gravity impedes mountain formation. Most of the world consists of flat, open plains, which prehistoric Elcor wandered across in small family bands. Modern Elcor still prefer open sky, and can become restless and uncomfortable on long starship journeys.
I quite like the Elcor. They were a very interesting species, just with the way they spoke. Yeah, like, they would always say what they were about to, or they would state what they were about to say, like, God, what the bloody hell was its name? No, not name, God. It was like amused response or something. I like Elcor. Elcor. How's it going, Nazareth? You've just caught me at the end of the stream, where I'm just listening to codex entries. The Geth.
The Geth are a humanoid race of networked AIs. They were created by the Quarians 300 years ago as tools of labor and war. When the Geth showed signs of self-evolution, the Quarians attempted to exterminate them. The Geth won the resulting war. This example has led to legal, systematic repression of artificial intelligences in galactic society. The Geth possess a unique distributed intelligence. An individual has rudimentary animal instincts, but as their numbers and proximity increase, the apparent intelligence of each individual improves. In groups, they can reason, analyze situations, and use tactics, as well as any organic race.
Oops.
Geth space is located at the trailing end of the Perseus Arm, beyond the lawless Terminus systems. The Perseus Veil, an obscuring dark nebula of opaque gas and dust, lies between their space and the Terminus systems.
Alright, I think I'll listen to Hannah and that'll do, because I've just realised we're only about halfway down. Alcor. Oh, is he the guy that calls someone a cold-hearted bitch or something? Oh god, I can't remember what he says. You posted the audio from him the other day, or the other week. Is that him, or is that someone else? And yeah, I'm not doing too bad. Finally started Mass Effect 2.
The Hanar
oh, those things.
are a species known for excessive politeness. They speak with scrupulous precision and take offense at improper language. Hanar that expect to deal with other species take special courses to help them unlearn their tendency to take offense at improper speech. All Hanar have two names. The face name is known to the world. The soul name is kept for use among close friends and relations. Hanar never refer to themselves in the first person in conversation with someone they know on a face name basis. To do so is considered egotistical, so instead they refer to themselves as this one, or the impersonal it. Their homeworld, Kache, has 90% ocean cover and orbits an energetic white star, resulting in a permanent blanket of cloud. Due to the presence of Prothean ruins on the world, many Hanar worship them, and Hanar myths often speak of an elder race that civilized them by teaching them language.
Yeah, bugger it. We'll listen to the rest. Sod it.
The Krogan evolved in a hostile and vicious environment. Until the invention of gunpowder weapons, eaten by predators was still the #1 cause of Krogan fatalities. Afterwards, it was death by gunshot. When the Solarians discovered them, the Krogan were a brutal, primitive species, struggling to survive a self-inflicted nuclear winter. The Solarians culturally uplifted them, teaching them to use and build modern technology, so they could serve as soldiers in the Rachni War. Liberated from the harsh conditions of their homeworld, the quick-breeding Krogan experienced an unprecedented population explosion. They began to colonize nearby worlds. Even though these worlds were already inhabited, the Krogan rebellions lasted nearly a century, only ending when the Turians unleashed the Genophage, a Solarian-developed bioweapon that crushed all Krogan resistance. The Genophage makes only 1 in 1,000 pregnancies viable, and today the Krogan are a slowly dying breed.
Oh, is that what he says? Understandably, the Krogan harbour a grudge against all of the species, especially the Turians. Weird that it says that, because I don't remember Rex saying anything terrible toward, Oh god, what the hell's his name? Garrus? Is it Garrus? Yeah, Garrus, I think. Ah, there's only 3
from
more.
their home system by the Geth nearly 3 centuries ago, most Quarians now live aboard the Migrant Fleet, a flotilla of 50,000 vessels ranging in size from passenger shuttles to mobile space stations. Home to 17 million Quarians, the flotilla understandably has scarce resources. Because of this, each Quarian must go on a rite of passage known as the Pilgrimage when they come of age. They leave the fleet and only return once they have found something of value they can bring back to their people. Other species tend to look down on the Quarians for creating the Geth, and for the negative impact their fleet has when it enters a system. This has led to many myths and rumors about the Quarians, including the belief that underneath their clothes and breathing masks, they are actually cybernetic creatures, a combination of organic and synthetic parts.
I like how they use Best Girl for image. Yeah. I don't know if that's Mass Effect 1 Tali though, or Mass Effect 2 Tali. Hard to say. Reapers.
A myth common to several cultures in the galaxy. Reapers were imagined to be space monsters who consumed entire stars. Archaeologists and mythologists attempting to uncover sources for such myths have yielded little, except interstellar religious themes of all-consuming devils common to primitive cultures.
And that's also Mass Effect 1, that's Sovereign.
The Volus are a member species
More people.
of the Citadel with their own embassy, but they are also a client race of the Turians. Centuries ago, they were voluntarily absorbed into the hierarchy, effectively trading their mercantile prowess for Turian military protection. Erun, their homeworld, lies far beyond the normal life zone of its star. However, the world has a high-pressure greenhouse atmosphere that traps enough heat to support an ammonia-based biochemistry. As a result, the Volus must wear pressure suits and breathers when dealing with other species, as conventional nitrogen-oxygen air mixtures are poisonous to them, and in the low-pressure atmospheres tolerable to most species, their flesh will actually split open.
Jesus.
Volus culture is tribal, bartering lands and even people to gain status. This culture of exchange inclines them to economic pursuits. It was the Volus who authored the Unified Banking Act, and they continue to monitor and balance the Citadel economy.
Nice. Well, there we go. I think just before I end off, so we got through barely anything. No, I think that'll be a good thing to do to end off a session, is just go through some of the codex entries. It's interesting stuff. I love lore, especially when I don't have to read it. Come back through engineering. I want to go... none. Oh, team members. No, I never went to the armory. I was too fixated on wanting to switch my equipment. Yeah. Not equipment, my armor. I just want to have a look at the different, like, weapons and stuff. I could do it next session, but, you know, while it's fresh in my mind. Speaking of next session, I don't know when that'll be. It'll either be today, well, it is in, like, the same day, in an hour or two, or it'll be tomorrow. There it is. Choose loadout. Oh, I get to choose. Oh, right, I have access to everything. Oh, I have 3 options? Oh god, maybe I'll do this next session. I didn't realise there's more reading. Wait, I do actually want to look at what the collector is. What the fuck is that? Ew. It's got teeth. I kind of want to use it. Holy crap. I've got some pretty cool looking weapons. The Phalanx heavy pistol. Wait, is that the pistol from Andromeda, where they modelled it backwards in that cutscene? Oh, we have 3 heavy weapons. Oh, yeah, I'll actually do this next session because there's more reading to be done. I know people would just be like, well, you don't need to read. So, yeah, I know, but I wanna. Shuriken machine pistol. Wait, what? So she can either use a pistol or a oh, it's a heavy pistol. Alright, never mind. Yeah, I'll sort that out next session. There's so much stuff. Jesus. It's kind of like a sensory overload, honestly. Hey, I can end the session in the same place I ended it in the first game.
Your private terminal.
Are you shitting me? I haven't done anything. Who's it from? She lied to me. Alright, you're not getting paid. New message. My arse, there's no message. Anyway. It's been 2 hours, or nearly 3 hours, and I've done nothing. This is fun though. It's very weird getting used to the changes. Like, the fact I don't have to worry about picking up gear. Like, out in the field, the only thing I ever really have to worry about is credits, and credits, and credits, and scrap, and credits. But it's still fun. And it's still Mass Effect, and there's so much stuff. But, oh, and also I'll actually have to look at a good time to start the DLC. But either way, that is going to be the end of this session. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you have enjoyed. And until next time, take care.